And this is one of the examples, very simple, just put the logo on. So we called the company Akin, which means blood-related or similar nature. So we kind of had this idea of family. And we basically put together a plan where we would sell t-shirts to all our friends on campus and use that money to buy kids school uniforms in these developing countries. But we wanted to do it in a way that not only provided it, but empowered them with it as well. So actually in December, I went by myself down to Peru. We wanted to test this out. It's a good idea, but we wanted to see if it actually works in practice. So I worked through the schools making an internship. I went down to Peru, and we basically put this into plan. We used all the money we had to provide them with school uniforms. So we based this pilot run of 3 things: provide, empower, sustain. First thing we did is provide these kids with a school uniform, but we didn't want to just give things away. We know we've researched that giving things away can do more damage than it can do good. And so we really wanted to be sure that we empowered the kids in the process. The way we did that is have all the kids, as you can see, they performed a service projects to earn their uniforms. One that was in their community, run by the community, their teachers helped organize it, their local government helped organize it, and the kids carried out. And I kind of supervised and pretended I was working, but mostly supervised. And basically what we did down there is tried to make them feel like they earned their own school uniform, that they earned their way out of this problem. And the last thing we did is sustain. We wanted to make sure that we didn't go down as a one-off, give school uniforms away and then come out and then go back. So all the kids, they designed pictures for us. These pictures are now being put onto t-shirts which we're selling again, send school uniforms back to their own schools. So we wanted to make sure that it's sustainable. Okay, we know that from coming back, this kind of caught fire here in Hawaii and other parts of the world. We started up a Facebook page which has over 1,000 likes already, just a couple of months. And we started to work with other more established, bigger companies, people who would be able to help us get to the next stage. So behind me is a list of kind of the more established people that we've linked up with. Let me give one example of how they're helping us. For example, New Skin. We met with the president of North American New Skin and we talked to him about what we're doing, and he agreed to send information out to all 800,000 of their contacts. So once we have things in place, which we do now, they're about to put that out to 800,000 people. Other things, the Kakua Foundation, that's Jack Johnson's foundation here in Hawaii, they've worked with us to establish sustainability models. So when we go into these places, we can make sure we're environmentally friendly and we're doing good things like that. We've worked with local high schools, schools on the mainland, we work with different organizations, just anyone we can collaborate with to make sure we're doing a good job. And we're always going through local people. That's one thing we kind of pride ourselves on, is all the shirts we're buying here right in Laie, literally on the next street over. And all the school uniforms we bought in the countries we visited. So we bought them all in Peru. Everything we do is done locally, and yeah. So it worked, the model works, we know it works, we went and we tested it. It's a for-profit business, we earned money, we provided uniforms, and everybody we feel was empowered in the process. And so we already started to establish future ones. So in May, we've already got it all plugged to the range. We're going out to Ghana to do the exact same thing, but on a much bigger scale, about 3 times the figures we did in Peru. In June, we're going to Samoa, and if any of you have been over to the PCC, you'll recognize the guy, Captain Fiti. That's who we're doing it with. We're going to his home village. He's taking us down there. We've got it all established, and then in November, we're going over to Guatemala to do the same thing. We're trying to network through all the BYU Hawaii graduates. Obviously, we're in a lucky situation where we've got over 70 nationality represented, most of them going back to their home countries, and so it's very easy to network, establish a school connection, and they'll help us provide. Alright, so we're just going to show you a little clip of what we did in Peru, just to kind of have a feel of the experience we had down there.